Hello, and welcome to Troubles in Tory. This is session 6 of our first campaign of Chronicles of the Fae. I'm Faye, the MC for this campaign, and with me I have some friends, and we're going to play some D&D. This campaign is a special project, one of many, set in the world of the Wilder. The Wilder Project is a shared world IP where creators can use the structure and lore of this fantasy world called the Wilder in order to create their own stories and games. Some of these stories and games are already in progress, such as our webcomic Magnum L, our mobile game Tower of Gaia, and our tabletop board game Kingstone, all of which are either currently released or coming soon. To learn more about those projects and how to support them, you can go to www.thewilderproject.com to learn more. I'm also really excited today to announce that we are going to start doing giveaways on the channel starting today. You may note that there is a new bot on the channel, Streamlabs, which is going to be assigning points to all of our viewers for how long they're watching, how often they're chatting, and those points will be stored over time. And then at the end, on the last stream of each month, we will be doing a giveaway of some sort during our break, and tickets for that giveaway may be purchased using those points. So we'll have more details coming up about that over the next few weeks. But points acquisition begins today. So we hope you'll join in, watch, get active in the chat, and hopefully get some cool swag later down the line. Before we begin the campaign proper, I would just like to cover some of my ground rules for the channel. Number one, I'm not a pro DM, nor are my players professional role players. We have receptive ears and open hearts for any feedback that folks have, but it's our game and we're going to play it how we like it. So respect our play style and we'll make sure other community members respect yours too. Along those lines, this campaign is set in the world of the Wilder, which is not directly compatible with D&D rules. For the most part, we'll be sticking to the rules of D&D for all the mechanical aspects of the game, but flavor-wise, everything is not always going to be a perfect fit between in-game descriptions of effects and how we explain those effects in this world. We are implementing some custom rules that we anticipate releasing in a module further down the line so that you can play D&D in the world of the Wilder too. So look forward to that. Finally, one of the many reasons why I love playing D&D is because you can never expect what might happen next, but that does mean that none of us will have complete control over the content that will be covered during the course of the campaign. Please be mindful of what content might be potentially distressing to you, and if you feel like that is coming up, we highly encourage you to take a break from the live stream and pick the story back up via VOD on YouTube once the live play is over. All right, let's play some D&D. Last we left off, you all were preparing to steal a store of surplus steel, I'm writing tongue twisters for myself now, from the warehouse of the boat named the Clio. You returned to the warehouse in the evening with a cart in tow, and after a few somewhat unsuccessful attempts at reconnaissance and infiltration, entered the warehouse through the front door. You quickly knocked the front guards unconscious, along with the toy knight foreman of the warehouse and his dog, who you killed. This drew some unwanted attention. You later drew some unwanted attention from a troop of enforcers who were patrolling the ledge wharves, but you were able to discourage them from investigating further. Next, you entered the storage bay of the warehouse and were jumped by some crocodilian denizens of the drainway beneath the warehouse, beasts commonly known to the area as chompers. The resulting combat drew the attention of the rear guard of the warehouse, who joined the fray, but ultimately you were able to fend them off. Upon further investigating, you eventually uncovered the location of the steel you had sought after. However, just as you were all ready to leave the warehouse with the steel, whether due to the extended amount of time spent inside, the unfortunate amount of noise it created, or Shoal shouting, "We found it," upon uncovering the steel, you all found an enforcer troop at the exit to the warehouse demanding an explanation. After hurriedly trying to convince the foreman to work with you to turn the enforcers away, he went to the door and loudly declared, "We are being robbed," which is where we find ourselves now. All right. So first thing I'll do is reshare that map that we were playing on. And the first thing I'd like everyone to do is roll initiative.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Before anything.
Oh no!
Just
As my first act of initiative, I
It's
would
a conversational initiative.
Okay.
So we're not necessarily in combat just yet, but I am going to use this as a guide for what happens next.
I don't like that I rolled well because I don't want to.
I don't remember being that hurt.
I mean, you've been kind of in charge of everything so far, so I think it makes sense.
Uh,
Because this is
so-
totally Raina's fault and not Schultz. Totally.
No blame to be assigned here. What is happening now, literally in the instant that we left off last week, is the foreman has shouted, "We are being robbed," and is kind of doing almost a dive run, kind of, out of the doorway, out into the street.
What if we just
now-
close it and lock it?
Right as he did that, Flynn, you did say that you shoot him. You had your crossbow drawn and you were shooting at him. So I will say, if you want to have a hold action to shoot the foreman, you may take that held action now.
Here's the thing. I feel like the adrenaline kicked in. Time really slowed down for Flynn, and he had what feels like almost a week of time to really think about what he was about to do.
Yeah.
And maybe didn't shoot the foreman as his action.
Okay.
If you want to hold me accountable to it,
No, I'm not going to hold you to it. I just wanted to let you know that mechanically I would allow that to be a held action you could take action on now.
I'll pass.
All right. As he does that, he swings the door open. The door opens inward. And so as he comes through out into the opening, I think, Flynn, you would be able to see, because you're kind of poking your hat out a little bit, right?
Mhm.
And Ruben, you would be able to see as well, looking around the corner. Two enforcers, a Knoll, and a doll, who are standing by the door, who both kind of get brushed aside as the foreman stumbles through. Both of them immediately reach for spears that are on their backs, and they start making to look like they're about to go into the building.
Only two?
Yes. So there's only two that can be seen immediately through the doorway, but keep in mind it's very narrow. It's only a 5-foot opening. So as they do so, the Knoll calls out and he says, "Men over here," and then starts walking through the door. Raina, you have the highest initiative out of your group. What do you do in this moment?
Is there any chance to slam the door back closed, or are they like in?
So the door has swung open to the opposite side of you, so you could close it, but you would have to breach across the open door to do it. So there's no way to do it and also be hidden, is what I'm saying.
Oh gosh, I'm torn between trying to do that and being like, "Oh, they're back there," or something.
Let's just think about the fact that we have shit charisma, and therefore
Hey,
our
no time to think about
persuasion-
that. What do you think?
I'm gonna try to slam the door shut.
Okay.
I have good strength.
I approve of this.
So as your object interaction, you can easily close the door. Are you barricading the door? Are you obstructing it in any way?
If there's any furniture close enough for me to grab and throw in front of it, yes. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lean against it for now. Like whatever I can use that's around me, I will push in front of it.
Okay. So Raina runs up and slams the door shut. And there's a bench that is over by you that you can run over and start pulling over to the door. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Okay. Skills. Alrighty. That's not great.
That's okay. It's not a terribly high DC to move a bench. And with the 12, you're able to get it over in front of the door. But as it happens, you can hear the enforcer start calling out for you. "Hey, there's someone inside!" And the door handle starts jiggling and pushing against. Keep in mind the key is with the foreman, because he used it to unlock the door to talk to them. So the key is on the outside, and so they are trying to push in now.
There's
And
no deadbolt.
what?
There's no deadbolt.
There's no deadbolt. No,
Damn. Oop.
unfortunately not. And you can hear the foreman is immediately just giving like a whole rundown of what happened. And he's like, there's 5 of them. One of them's green. One of them is a fish bait. And there was a rabbit. And they're taking, and you hear the dole.
He doesn't remember me.
Okay, I wasn't remembering either.
There's a poppet who killed my dog, even though you didn't really kill his dog.
I hate this guy.
You hear the dog cries out, the windows, the windows. And you hear other footsteps moving.
Oh,
What is everyone else doing in this moment?
Well, I mean, I have an idea, but I mean, I'm just kind of here until it's my turn, right?
No. Again, we're not in combat right now,
Okay.
so I'm not taking everybody through like we were fighting turn by turn, but I'm kind of going in order of people as they took initiative. So, what is Anna doing in this moment as Reyna slams the door shut?
Can I run to the holes in where the grates were and kind of just like see what is underneath there, like what we would be working with if that were a choice?
Sure. Yeah, make a perception check.
Oh fuck.
I think
Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We can work with that.
It's not very well lit because there were no lights in this room, so it is still pretty difficult to see. But you can see immediately below where the grates were that there is just kind of exposed rock with maybe about a foot or two of very dirty water that is running down it. And there's maybe about like a 2 to 3 foot space between the bottom of the rock and the floor of the building.
Oh, so it's like a crawl space kind of situation.
Very,
It's not
yeah.
like, okay.
Yep.
But we could fit in just, we have steel, so shit.
Mhm.
Okay.
well, I mean, how big are the boxes?
So the boxes are about like chest size, I would say, like 2 feet cubic.
But they're heavy.
They're very heavy, is what it is, because it's very dense steel inside.
Do we need all of it?
No.
But it's water.
But we're not talking right now. So,
No.
Oh yeah.
Ruben, what are you doing in this moment?
I guess it seems more dire to help Reyna,
Sure.
so I'm gonna run over and also hold the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an athletics check.
How far did I just run? 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, exactly my speed. Nice. Please.
Okay. Reyna, I'm gonna have you make an athletics check as well. This is not for moving the bench, but just for how much force
Holding.
you're applying to hold it down.
Okay.
Jack, your pop filter looks like a balloon.
What does kind of
Okay.
not very forceful.
Flynn, what are you doing as you see Anna takes off into the back? Reyna puts this bench up, and Ruben runs up to the door and starts trying to press the bench as flatly to the door as possible.
So you mentioned they were saying something about the window, right?
Yep.
Is that something Flynn would have heard back here? Or...
Make a perception check. Yeah, that's something that you would have been able to distinguish for sure.
Okay. So I think I'd see what Reyna and Ruben are doing and try to remember. Are there windows in
Sorry, I
this
drew
section?
attention to it.
Or is there just in the like offices that we searched?
There were windows in both.
Both. Okay. I'm probably just gonna go up this hallway and like try to close this door this is going to be a lot, so I don't expect to do it all in one turn. But
Okay.
what Flynn's plan is to barricade this door right in front of me, like the office door, and whatever windows are like in this hallway.
Okay. Yeah, so as your object interaction, you can definitely close the door. And then I would say as your action, if you wanted to make a strength check to move that bench in front of the door,
Sure.
you can certainly do that.
I would love to test my strength.
This is the office, I'm assuming you're doing it for.
Yeah.
These. It's gonna be one of these nights.
Unfortunately, you are able to move it.
Mhm.
But
I drag it, yeah.
yeah, it's a very loud dragging sound as you move it over, and you have just gotten it over there. You haven't really like secured it against the door or anything like that.
That's fair.
Also, keep in mind this bench has 2 uneven legs,
I was
so it's not going to be great at holding down this door, but it's a start.
Of course. it's that bench.
Okay.
I mean, it was the only bench
Joel.
that was over there.
You fixed that bench.
Go ahead and make a perception
No.
check.
That
for
him
me,
fixing it was making it have 2 uneven legs.
because he got like really low roll on trying to do it. I remember.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I would say with that perception check, you don't
Damn.
make out distinct details, but you can tell that there is some type of commotion going on back inside the warehouse from where you are. Right, you're out on the pier still. So what do you do as you start hearing shouting? You hear doors slam, and things of that nature back where you came from.
We are trying to get the crane to work.
Okay. Go ahead and make a, Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me. Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, with a 19, you can see that each of these cranes has like a pretty rudimentary wheel crank system at their base that needs to be pulled, and it locks as it's moved in either direction to go up or down. And you can see there is like hundreds of feet spooled up of chain at the base of this crane. Go ahead and make a strength check for me. Or sorry, athletics check. Yeah. With a 15, you begin to crank this crane. Yeah.
You would, before we crank, we want to make sure that the steel is attached.
Oh, you want to attach the steel to
before.
the. Okay. So that would take this turn for you. But so then we'll save that athletic score for if you begin cranking. But for this turn, what you do is you manually swing the crane around. It was facing out. You bring it around and swing it towards the pier. And then do you have any rope or anything like that you're going to use to affix the box to the crane? The crane essentially is just an extended length of chain with a hook at the base of it.
Is there anywhere on the box for the hook to hook in?
There isn't, no.
Okay, we will use our rope.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. This is for tying up the box.
Ooh,
Nice.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get
please.
you get a
Oh,
very
wow.
secure kind of 4-strap length of rope so that the rope goes up every single side of the box over to the hook, and you tie it very securely, and you're confident that this steel can be securely lowered on this crane.
Can we move at all?
Yeah, you can move.
We will go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and shout, crane is ready.
Question.
Yes.
Would we or like would Anna know about how much roughly each box would be worth?
Yeah, make an intelligence check for me.
Quickly, too.
I'm like, yeah, this seems like something that makes sense, but
And you got eyesight
I'm
of
too
what was inside the
stupid.
crate as well.
There were 3 boxes, right? And I think I had rolled like a nat 20 or something to carry 2 of them.
There's 5 boxes.
5 boxes. Okay, then I don't.
So we each had no.
I have
Someone
2.
someone
Everybody
didn't have
had
one, but you
one.
had 2.
Except for Raina took 2, right? And so I'm assuming those boxes are dropped in the locations where you were. So at the corner, right? Because we can't be holding things back with the boxes. So I can draw for everybody on the map here. There's a box of steel here. There's a box of steel here. Anna, I'm fine with you still having the box on you, I think.
Yeah,
That's fine.
my thought was that I was still holding it, but
Yep.
Mhm.
There's
Okay.
a box of steel here. Or sorry, 2
yeah.
boxes of steel there for Raina, right?
I'm
And then one with
stupid and
Shoal.
I can't do math, so I have no idea.
Yeah, so the steel is incredibly highly valued in the world of the Wilder. And so you would know that any of these boxes would sell for a sizable amount on their own. You think it would be a pretty good score for you personally, but you don't quite know what it would be worth for
But-
like the Gray Bloods.
Okay,
if that makes
but
sense.
so like my best guess would be that if we had to ditch the 4 boxes that are in the front room and like maybe just had either just mine or both mine, or like I would understand that if we had even at least 1 box, it would be a pretty good haul.
You know that it would be a good haul for you, but you're not sure if it would be enough to attract the attention of the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
As in, like, if Anna were to come across a box of steel, she would be like, I'm rich. But whether or not that is what the Greybloods would say if they found a box of steel at their doorstep is another story.
Okay.
Okay. The enforcer guards begin shoving the door.
Thought they
But
were going to go
they're
through the window.
super weak.
On a 15 and 16 athletics check against Raina's and Ruben's 9 and 6, they do push the door open. Oh, hold on 1 second. I lost my cursor because of drawing mode here. They do push the door open, and it's not open all the way, but it's open enough that they can start trying to squeeze through it or attacking through it. And then as the door cracks open, Raina, you would be able to see that in the center of the road, the rest of the enforcer battalion that you had seen patrolling is behind the 2 enforcers at the door, and they begin running for the windows.
Okay. So there are 6 enforcers still?
From what you can see through the door, yes.
Okay. And are they all running for windows on one side?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
It's just a crack in the door. It's difficult to tell. It looks like they split up.
Of course they did. Fuck.
All right.
Okay, I don't have long to. Can I try to? Would I be able to shove the guy back out and try to close the door again?
Yes,
Or-
but at that point, we are going to move into combat.
Okay, what I would like to do in that case is to
Yeah.
drag him through the door, try to catch him off guard by like pulling him in.
Okay. Cool.
Smash his
Taking
head in the
hostages.
door.
Yeah, and I don't
But
know if hostages, but
we're gonna do this at the top of the round for
Okay.
this turn. So first, Flynn, you begin to hear smashing and the cracking of glass in the office in front of you.
Cool.
As it sounds like the enforcers have broken through.
But if the
Um,
office is blocked, maybe they'll be stuck in there for long enough for us to get out some other, I don't know.
I can hold back 2 enforcers easy. I've got the
There-
super strong bench.
There's also the other room though.
yes, there is also the other room. That is true. And let's see, 5, 20.
This is good. If they were outside, they'd be making more commotion and maybe draw more enforcers. If they're inside,
Flynn, down the hallway, you see the other room door flies open, and a toy knight dressed in enforcer leathers with a spear drawn comes through the door and is kind of like looking around in the room now. Now, Raina, it is your turn.
all right, I'm gonna try to yank the guy through,
Okay.
and throw
Go
him
ahead
to
and
the
make
ground.
an athletics check.
Okay, definitely trying to throw him.
Which one you're going for, the doll
Uh,
or the gnoll?
what are they each armed with?
Both are armed with spears, and they're both wearing it's not matching leathers, but they're both wearing leather armor.
Okay, I'll go for the doll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay.
Oh,
was
that almost
very nearly
looked
a
like a 1 for a
Yeah.
second there. Yeah, you were able to successfully grapple the doll enforcer. The door bashes open for a second as they slam it both really hard. Right as they do, you see your moment and just reach through and wrap your arms around the neck of the doll, and he's like, "Huh!" and you just yank him through. I'm gonna move you here, and him here. Anything else for your turn?
I would like to put my foot on his back and try to keep him on the ground, if that's possible.
Well, so grappling is in effect that, so there wouldn't be anything
Okay.
additional you have to do to kind of keep him secured. And that would be your turn. And then Anna, you hear glass shattering and you hear scuffling in the other room as the door smashes open.
Okay. Am I able to move my full movement with this box?
Yes.
So what is my movement? 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, 30 would here. I'm going towards Shoal.
Mhm.
And if he comes to me, I'm handing this box off to him.
Okay.
Hello.
So you are holding your action to give Shoal a box.
Yep.
Okay.
It's quite loud over there.
Not great. It's not good at all.
All right. Next is the doll's turn. So the doll attempts to stab Raina with his spear as he's kind of getting grappled by her.
Is it disadvantage because he's grappled?
It isn't, and he hits with an 18.
What does grapple do?
Nothing.
Grappled reduces their movement to 0, but the restrained condition keeps them from acting. And he deals this much damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm
Um,
also still smoking.
Okay. Yeah, so he only did a one-handed attack because that was the only way he could reach you. Because you are grappling him. And that is his turn.
Do I recognize the doll?
Yes, we are about to roll for that.
Oh,
Roll a D100 for me.
Those aren't even down here.
how do you do that?
You roll
Where's my
2
percentile?
percentiles.
Yeah, but I don't
there-
have any percentiles down.
Yeah, there isn't a dice for it, but you could also just write roll D100
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
that /roll.
Oh, Whoa.
Ooh.
No.
I wrote a bad code. It was like that's not right.
That's okay.
Oh, you have to put it in brackets.
No,
It worked.
yeah, whatever.
Whatever you did worked.
We
Yeah,
did.
that's what Jake put in
Oh.
without the asterisks.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't put a space. Wow.
Oh no.
5 out of 100.
Oh god.
Thanks, Fantasy Grounds. You really hate me lately.
Yes. So you do not know this enforcer.
That was like literally all I had. I don't want to fight this enforcer right now.
Yeah. So I mean, the enforcers have they have units in the hundreds. There's tons of different posts throughout the city, and so it's not super likely that you'll know every enforcer. And this
Yeah.
one looks like a fresh face.
I feel like knowing them could have been worse, maybe? I don't know.
No, that was leverage. There's no leverage now. This is just I have to fight this guy. Too bad. I don't know any of the new ones. And then non-lethal. Oh, cool. That's just, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go
so
fun.
you swing your sword at the doll, but he's kind of arching back at Reyna, who's walking backwards with him. And you're just not forward enough, and you kind of swipe right in front of his face with it, just missing. And then Flynn, it is your turn to act.
Okay. Like interacting with these boxes of steel would be my action for the turn, right? Like I can't like run and grab them and like do another thing. Like that would be the turn.
No, so I mean, picking up or dropping a box would just be a free action, like an object interaction.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. There's a guy down the hall, and I'm gonna run by this box that I put down and grab it, and then do a dash action.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I forgot that dashing was a thing. Just now remembering.
It is a thing.
Doesn't
Okay. So box is up.
Yeah, Fox is with me. And when I get to Shoal and Anna, just like a real quick, Reyna and Ruben are in trouble. We gotta hurry up. And that's my turn. Easy, simple, breezy.
Hello.
Shoal's just waving at everyone.
It is then the Gnoll's turn. The Gnoll grabs his spear with 2 hands and begins just shoving it through the doorway, trying to attack you, Ruben.
Naturally.
Gives a thrust with his spear, getting a 19 to hit.
Oof.
And dealing that much damage. Then
These dice don't
10,
want me to have
15,
a break.
25, 30. Okay. Shoal, it is your turn.
We will run up here.
Mm-hmm.
And that triggers Anna, right?
Yep.
Yeah, to hand off.
So we will kind of have a box thrown into our arms.
Mm-hmm.
And be a little confused because we don't know why we have a box. Okay, we will put this with the others. Do you want us to take yours, Flynn?
I don't think you can.
If you can.
We can try.
You can certainly try.
Athletics?
Yep.
You could take my box, but roll this dice first.
No.
Oh.
We drop it immediately.
Yeah, your swarm kind of decoalesces, falls
Does
apart
that,
underneath
does that at
the
least
weight.
go down slowly?
No, it goes down with a loud thud.
Ah,
But
Oh,
I mean, it's not a game-changing loud thud, just a loud thud.
I mean, yeah.
One of those handoffs where I'm like, I thought you had it. I'm sorry, I let go too soon.
We will stay with one for now.
Okay.
We could use help though, and then with on this box, go back 5, 10, 15. Can we dash?
What action? Yeah.
Well, so I was gonna say that the athletics check to heave up the second box would be your action, and I think it would be because that would kind of be 2 object interactions at that point. And especially since you failed, I'm gonna say that you that would be your action.
And before we end our turn, we'll say we should leave.
yeah. Yeah, we should.
Word.
Okay. Let me just make some rolls here.
Oh boy.
There's a loud crash as the door to the office that Flynn had barricaded swings open, and the bench kind of slaps against the wall and rattles a bit against the floor.
Oh.
Okay. That takes us to the top of the round. Down the hallway from the office, Raina and Ruben, you hear footsteps as a kind of almost like tiny 4-foot tall kobold comes around the corner with a gigantic spear and says, "Get them!" and goes to throw his spear at Ruben.
This is not looking good.
If
I'm
he
gonna roll a
throws it,
D100 every time we interact with a
He
new guy.
hits with a 19,
mm,
dealing 2 damage.
okay.
Still don't feel great about it. Not the best.
Then
Still
around
having a bad time.
Still bleeding.
Then a toy knight in enforcer levers comes rushing around the other corner through the other door, the other room, and comes up right behind you, Raina, and goes to attack you with his spear. And this will be a 2-handed attack.
This is not good. Miss.
Yeah.
Yay.
Miss.
Time, sucker.
Get enraged.
And Raina, it's your turn.
Well, I have been hit, and Ruben has been hit, so I'm mad.
Do you have
Rage.
any rages left?
Oh shit!
I don't think you do. 'Cause
No, you
raged
don't.
twice already.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yup. We're not
Oh,
good.
okay. Well, I'm still mad. But I'm gonna.
That's fair.
Okay.
You're not raging, but you're enraged.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez, this is not good.
You need to get the
So
hell
you
out of
currently have this doll grappled, and the toy knight is behind you, attempting to stab you with this spear.
Do I have advantage against grappled?
Nope. It just stops them from
there.
moving.
I do.
Restrained would give you advantage.
That's my thing.
Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna try to hit the one that just swung at me.
Okay. So you drop the grapple on the doll and then turn around to face your attacker.
Yeah, it's not doing me any good. But I will say, as I am trying to swing at him, like, hey, we can cut you in on this. There's a lot of steel here. It's worth a try.
It's a bit difficult while swinging at them, but yes.
We will let you in on it.
I don't want
You
to
said-
hurt you, but you're making me. Which one swung at me?
The toy knights.
28. Okay.
You said that there were 5 boxes, correct?
Correct.
So there should only be 2 in that front room.
No, because Raina had 2.
Raina had 2.
Oh, yeah,
I
right.
had 1. Shoal had 1.
Flynn didn't have
Flynn
one.
had.
No,
But he
I
just-
had one. Ruben
he
did
had
not
one.
have.
Oh,
one.
Ruben
didn't
didn't
have
have
one.
one. Okay.
So 3 of them are
Correct.
back. 2 of them are in the front room. Okay.
Yeah, this one I dropped for Ruben shouldn't be there.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, there's 2 in the front room.
Cool.
Okay, with a 10, you miss with your battle axe. As you swing at him, but he still kind of has his spear going down and brings up the shaft of the spear to catch your battle axe swing and deflect it.
Yeah, I guess she's gonna say, see, I really don't want to hurt you. I'm not kidding. What do you say?
See, I missed. I must not want to hurt you.
It was intentional.
Perfect logic. I agree. Anything else for your turn?
Can I roll to persuade him?
Sure.
I'm trying. With my 0 + 0.
Ooh, my
That did a-
God.
That did a
Yikes.
dance.
That was close. Okay.
Okay.
Anna, it is your
Okay.
turn.
All right. Well, then because I was not expecting Flynn to show up, I'm going to grab his box that was on the ground
Okay.
and I'm going to dash over to the crane. And that is my turn.
So are you actually dashing? Because you don't need
Yes,
to dash. You could, right?
I
'Cause-
don't.
Right? 'Cause
My
you were right
thing's
here.
I was right there and it's only 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I would need
guess
to dash to get over there.
Okay.
All right.
You do so. Running
then-
full speed with this box of steel.
Since that's my action, I can't. Can I at least like pull my rope out?
Yeah.
Since I can't start tying it.
Yeah. You could withdraw your rope as your free
Okay.
object interaction.
And then I'm going to shout back, guys, I think it is time we need to go. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Go where?
The doll being released from the grapple now turns around to face you, Raina, and goes in to stab you with a spear as well. This time two-handed.
Raina, you,
And
you
misses.
need to get out
Yes.
of there.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ruben, it is
Disengage.
your turn.
Disengage action, and as he runs away, he shouts, "Brano, run!" Oh shit! I'm gonna go diagonal, so I'm not in that guy's attack range.
Oh man.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm out of rages. This is
Shit!
Anything else for your turn?
Can I just I don't know, try and recognize Kobold or something? I don't know. I feel like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
I'm-
so you can roll a D100 for each of these enforcers. All the ones you see. So you can roll for.
oh, whoops!
oh whoa.
You went to the subreddit.
I was trying to go to the subreddit. Yeah,
Yeah, so you can roll 4 more of these.
Okay, it's not awful.
28 out of 100. Are they assigned a number? And it's like, that would be a nightmare.
No. What I will say is essentially a very small percentage of the numbers on the D100 will mean that you recognize or are recognized by an enforcer. So
That's
go ahead and give
reasonable.
me 3 more of those because there's
3 more.
right because there's the toy knight you're seeing now, the knoll, the kobold, the stuffkin pig, and the poppet.
We're getting better each time. We're getting better each time.
No.
Okay.
Just right there, halfway.
You have one
All right,
more, I
one
think.
more.
Oh, 3 more. I'm sorry. I thought you meant 3 in total.
Come on.
Sorry, I messed up the typing on
That's
this
fine.
one.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, is it necessarily a 100? Is
I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not a 100.
But
No,
I'm
It's just
but
exciting to
I'm
get
sure,
that.
maybe in
number.
the like 80 to 90 to 100 range is probably good.
That's the highest roll I'm gonna have all night.
Ruben, as you run into the like intersection and you can see down all three hallways, you look down the hallway and there's a stuffkin pig down the hallway by the bench here that you recognize. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check to see if you remember the name of this
Oh, God.
enforcer.
Oh, please. I need charisma right now.
Call him by the wrong name. That is.
No, I need wisdom right now. Charisma and all that jazz.
Oh.
Yes. With a dirty 20, you remember that this enforcer is Maybell. And the two of you did a patrol on the coastal walls of the city.
Did you say Maybell or Mayvel?
Maybell.
Maybell.
Yep. You did a tour, like a patrol of the walls, the coastal city walls of Toraigh for about a month. And she was on the shift with you. You didn't spend a ton of time together, but you recognize her. And as she runs by, let's see if she recognizes you.
Oh boy.
I'm so excited we hit this.
Me too.
No look of recognition on her face as you run by.
Can I talk?
That's so mean.
Yeah. It's your turn. You can 6 seconds. Yeah.
As I'm running, I look, as I'm about to press the door, I look right. She's to my, if I'm facing the door, she's
If
to
you're
my
facing
right.
the door, she's to your right. Correct.
Okay, yeah. I look right and I go, Maybell, is this a group of enforcers?
Okay. As you do so,
Is this a bird?
Well, you know,
you
gotta
see
be
this look
confused
of
as to
like
why we're being attacked.
confusion and then comprehension for a second, and then the pig says, Reuben?
Yeah, why are you attacking us?
And she looks around confused. But that's all you're able to say during this time.
Okay.
Can we convince them that this is a search and seizure?
Yeah.
Flynn, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to Shoal. Like, all right, we've got to get ready to ride this crane down. Shoal, can you teach me how this crane works?
We can.
And another exciting Flynn round. I'm just gonna try to have him teach me how a crane works.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I get the sense that it would like? So, I mean, it lifts cargo. It could lift us down, right? Like, okay.
Yes. I will also say it's not pictured on this map, because there wasn't any really good way to represent it. But there is like a scaffolding style set of stairs here that go all the way down. But it's
All
go
the way
all the way
down
down
where?
all 300 feet, like down the cliffside.
Are there any other boats besides the Clio?
We can talk about that in a second.
Are there any other boats?
Oh,
besides
okay.
the Clio?
Make a perception check for me, Flynn.
Cool.
The metagaming pigeon
Oh,
says,
God.
With with a 13.
Sorry, yeah.
13. It's dark, but based on the lights that are out on the water, it looks like the Clio is the only ship that is docked at this pier.
Looks like we're taking the Clio, guys.
Do any of us even know how to sail?
probably not.
Okay.
How hard can it be?
Okay.
That's it, I think. Unless any other pigeons have some advice.
No.
I wish.
None more of that.
Run!
The knoll now with Ruben no longer blocking the door is able to step through the doorway. And steps up to Reyna and attacks Reyna with his spear. Hitting.
God.
Oh! And runs up and essentially just whips the spear around and collides with your head, Reyna, and knocks you unconscious.
I just go, can I yell?
Yeah, absolutely. As you see this happen.
May I scream?
No! Why would you do that?
Oh, I hope you can talk your way out of this, because
Okay. Then the pig approaches you, Ruben, spear up, and says, Ruben, drop your weapon.
All right. There's been a huge misunderstanding here.
Okay. She does not attack. Shoal, it is your turn.
How much of that did we catch?
I will say that you definitely heard Ruben yelling, "No, why would you do that?" But you probably don't catch the dialogue between Ruben and Maybell.
We need to go now. It's up. Do a 5, 10, 15. Put the box down.
Okay.
And go. Then come to this one, Flynn. We need to leave. And for our action, we would like to tie all the boxes together. All 3 boxes together.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. All right. They seem securely attached.
Oh no. Not seems.
Anything else for your turn? No.
We would like to hop up onto the boxes. Just like stand on top of the boxes.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that.
Now we are good.
Okay. The Poppet Enforcer comes out of the office and comes up behind you, spear drawn, and puts a spear to your back, Ruben. And as he's running up, Maybell puts up a hand and says, wait. And he doesn't attack either. The kobold runs over and picks up the spear that he threw from next to Reyna's unconscious body, and now armed with it, reapproaches you as well, Ruben, and says, "You got some splaining to do." The Toy Knight also gets within melee range of you, Ruben. And seeing that no one else is attacking you, you can see he's kind of his eyes are desperately looking at everybody else for a cue to attack. Reyna, you're unconscious. Anna, it is your turn.
do I need to roll a death save or anything?
No, you are stable.
Okay.
I would
Non-lethal?
like to.
It was non-lethal, correct.
I would like to just because we spend so much fucking time on this whole stupid ass thing. I'm going to double check to make sure that those boxes are secure as fuck.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Yeah. How would you do that? Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
The second two boxes could probably use some extra securing. Yeah.
And can I
Um,
do so?
Yeah, you can do so. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will
Let's
do that.
go.
Maybe y'all can run and bust Ruben and I out of jail later. Just saying.
But she doesn't say that because she's unconscious.
But I'm unconscious.
I was thinking, no, like literally, I'm just like, what happens if we leave? Okay. Then that is my turn. That is what I'm doing.
Okay. The doll, similarly, Ruben, surrounds you. And at this point, Ruben, it is your turn, Ruben.
Do you guys have any idea what mission you have just jeopardized? You have just attacked my first officer and you let the three thieves escape. We've been undercover for months and you just threw it all out the window. Can you? I'm so frustrated.
Okay, that's not awful.
No, it's not.
Above average.
It's above
Yeah.
average.
Above average, but I will remind everyone that's it's a pretty tall tale.
I mean, not really though. He's kind of telling the truth.
We
Yeah.
personally think
That he should get advantage. I mean, he's
Uh,
not wrong.
We also have to remember Ruben is rolling on a curve. So that's like almost a 20 for him.
Maybell does not lower her spear, but she says, "Undercover mission? What other undercover mission? There's no undercover missions."
Bitch, you don't know?
You have no idea because you are much lower ranked than me. I've been with the Enforcers for 2 decades. And meanwhile, all of you youngins, you don't know shit about what's going on. And now you come in and you trample all over my work. The boss is going to have to hear about this.
I feel like we shouldn't insult the people who have
Go
stayed
ahead
with us.
and roll an intimidation check for me.
He's got old man.
It was a 16.
You have your sword dropped at this point, correct?
Yeah, I don't give a. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just showing confidence at this point.
No, yeah.
Well, falsely, apparently.
Cool. Flynn, I'll give you an opportunity to be doing stuff while this is happening since we're still kind of in combat order. So what are you doing during this time?
I am leaving one of my hands on the crank, and then I'm gonna run and kind of like jump on the boxes and like grab Anna as I do so.
Okay.
And then
I will just say you would know that your hand does not have the strength to crank the crane without the rest of you.
really,
Yeah.
okay.
It's more than 10 pounds of force required.
Okay. I
You
will.
You can get on the boxes.
Well, I can reverse that and use my hand to like push Anna onto the box and then crank it myself. Does that work? Can I one hand crank it?
So your goal is essentially within your turn, you want to have gotten Anna onto the boxes and also be at the crank.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I'm the stronger one.
I mean,
If that's what you're doing with your turn, you're more than able to do that. Yes. So you
time
assist
is-
Anna with getting onto the crane. And then are you starting to crank it? You couldn't this turn, I don't think.
okay.
If you also got Anna on top of the box.
Well, I mean, I could also say that while I was tying, because there are a bunch of boxes that I could have also crawled on top of.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm willing to rule
okay.
that.
I'll start cranking the crane.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
I would.
You're maneuvering it out over the water first, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you do that this turn then, and next turn you will crank it.
Oh, okay.
So Flynn runs over as Anna and Shoal cling to the chain extending from the top of this pile of boxes, the trio of them. Flynn reaches over, swings the crane around, and you all kind of push off as he does so and begin dangling 300 feet over the water of the Bay of Toraigh. Yeah, and we will return to that next turn.
Gosh.
The Knoll walks up to you, Reuben, and says, I don't know who you are or what rank you think you have, but I guarantee you my rank is higher. So if you want to go in and you want to talk about this, then submit.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Whatever makes you feel better about yourself and helps you sleep at night. I'll submit.
Okay.
But you need to give my commanding officer medical attention right now.
He nods and he says, check on her. You two, clear the rest of the building.
Oh,
And with
We're not
that,
in the building.
okay.
one of the guards walks up to you, Reuben, and begins attempting to bind you.
Easy.
And with you being bound, Maybell steps past you and begins to explore the inside of the warehouse. And walks 5, 10, 15. And she shouts, "The thieves are still here!" as she sees you out on the pier.
She has no
I
reaction
mean,
to
not
the
all the
half-eaten
doors were open.
chomper.
Hmm?
She has no reaction to the half-eaten chomper.
She doesn't have any reaction that you witnessed to the half-eaten chomper. But yeah, both the doors are open.
Oh,
The soldiers
really-
swung them open when you guys were fighting the chompers, and
I feel
nobody
like
closed
that's
them.
false.
we dropped the ball on that one.
And then we'll move 10, 20, 25.
Oh boy.
This
30.
whole time I thought it was going to be fun.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna get away just fine, and we were just gonna go to the station and escape later. But or maybe they'll still get away.
Maybe. Shoal, it is your turn. You're just
So-
chilling on the crane. At this point,
We're
You
out
were
of the
out
wa-
here.
Like, we're here.
We will throw a rope, the rest of our rope, up to Flynn. So
Your
that
voice isn't
way,
going.
thank you.
Much
So that way, Flynn can at least try to join us after the crane starts moving. Wait, how does the crane work? Is it like one rotation, 5 feet down, one rotation, 5 feet down, one rotation, 5 feet down? Or is
yes.
it just like, can we like let it like free? Like,
No, it does not free fall. It is in a mechanism that locks it every time the cranking is done to make sure that nothing falls. And it moves down about 4 feet every time it's cranked.
how
And
many
we have
how many cranks
300
can we
feet
do per
have-
turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your question? No, I was responding to Flynn.
How many
Oh.
cranks per turn?
How many cranks per turn?
Really?
I
still let
would
me
say you
do
could
it.
do 2 per turn, yeah.
Oh boy. You
Is
guys.
there any way to just break it so it descends
I was about to
immediately?
shout that at you.
Uh,
I can't-
you're not at the crane, so I wouldn't say you would know looking at it from a distance, if that's possible. But that's a good question.
A great question, even.
We will ask those questions.
Okay.
We ask those questions to Flynn.
She'll
I'm
let me do it.
I'm looking into it.
And we still throw the remainder of our room
Okay.
to Flynn.
All right. So there is rope dangling from the pier to the crane at this point. As Flynn, you can see a poppet enforcer rounds the other side of the boxes here. 5, 10, 15, 20. And is going to take the dash action. So it's 35, 40. and comes running out of the warehouse with the spear held high and says, "Stop! Don't move!" And I think that is all they do. Yep. The kobold follows suit, running after their comrade,
Fucking damn it.
and winds up right here. The toy knight is going to continue to bind you, Reuben. So you're being tied up. So you are restrained as of this turn.
This is how you flirt with everyone.
Oh my goodness.
Reyna is unconscious.
Wait, I didn't get a
I don't think
medical.
you've gotten medical.
You haven't gotten it
Okay.
yet. Yeah.
Okay.
The doll will be making that check. And Anna, it is your turn.
All right. I'm using my crossbow. Nope, I don't do shit.
All right. Yeah, firing your crossbow from this janky crane is difficult. And as you line up your shot, the crane sways a bit in the wind, and you miss.
Cool.
The doll enforcer walks over to Reyna's unconscious body. We'll do a check. And says, she's going to be fine. And then walks 5, 10. And they'll dash as well, but they don't get as far. Okay.
Not
Reuben, it
looking
is your turn.
Am I conscious again?
No, you're not conscious.
Ugh.
They're not reviving you. They're just checking to make sure you're not dying.
Wait, is Maybell still near me?
No. And the Maybells run off.
Maybell. I thought we were friends.
No, it's just the knoll and the toy knight. The toy knight is kind of binding you up.
So I know I'm the one kind of calling the shots on the if I recognize people or not. I'm gonna try. Oh wait, no, I already tried rolling for the toy doll. Never mind.
Yeah, you've rolled for everybody at this point, I believe.
Hmm.
I really thought they were further away. I really kind of screwed this up because
Yeah.
calling them thieves was a bad call if they're just gonna get caught and then they're the bad guys. This is bad.
No, I mean I would have done the same thing. Honestly, that was I think one of our better shots, short of breaking out of jail later.
And honestly, don't forget, Scholl did that to you guys at like the very start of this whole thing.
Listen, it's all good. Can't go
Yeah.
perfectly every
No,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just sit here and take it and just keep making wisecracks at the doll.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think that's the best plan at this point.
Flynn, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I want to access every ounce of knowledge I have of engineering and mechanics and figure out like I see them, the enforcers coming at me,
Mm-hmm.
and I recognize how slow this train is going to go, and I'm like thinking of a way to make it just like shoot them down. Is there any way I can like snap something? Obviously not kill them, but like
Make an intelligence check.
okay.
You can do it. You can do it.
No.
Oh, you
Oh
can't
my
do it.
gosh. Unfortunately, in the heat of all the action, you would really have to get a pretty like long time diagnostical look at this contraption to figure out if there's a way to both break it and get it to do what you want to do at the same time. And with the time you have, you're not able to get a very clear read on it. You think maybe it's possible, but you wouldn't know how.
With them being over the water, would falling into that kill them?
I don't think that's something Flynn would know.
Oh, okay.
You definitely know it's not safe.
Just don't feel bad. That's the exact thought I just had. I'm like, what if we just cut it? We just cut it. We just cut it and go down. But I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, you know how the cliff divers, throw the rock beforehand to break the surface tension of the water, right? Like the steel could do that for us.
And you can also break our legs as we hit it.
You,
know,
Shill doesn't have legs. Don't have to
That's
worry
true.
about that.
Well, Shaw
I
has
guess. Okay.
millions of
To
legs.
be fair, we are probably the best people to be in this situation.
I think so.
Flynn, what do you do?
All right, look. I think for a sec, okay?
It's only 6 seconds to the turn.
I jumped onto the boxes with them.
Okay.
Using the rope thrown.
You're gonna kill
Okay.
yourself with us? Cool.
Perfect.
And then
So so the rope is it's slack going
Mhm.
from where the dangling boxes are out over the water to, so it's not like you wouldn't be able to swing to it, right? Because you're
I have it in case I miss, but I am jumping onto it.
okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
I need you to chill. I get we're playing D&D, but the amount of rolls you're making us do is kind of
The amount of stuff you guys are trying to do is incredible.
God
it's
damn it.
abusive.
God.
Fantasy Grounds hates us.
Okay.
Like, never a
does.
good roll.
Okay, I'm dangling by this rope.
Are you?
Am I making another roll?
You are.
Okay.
Go ahead and make an
Are you
athletics
about
check
to kill
for me.
Flynn right now?
I think
Alright.
Flynn is killing himself.
What am I rolling?
Athletics.
Athletic. Oh, good.
You should have tied it around
Are you
your
not
waist.
athletic?
No.
Oh no, what's your dex?
God.
Okay.
Oh, it's strength.
It's strength.
It's no. You secured yourself to the rope for jumping, so I'm not going to make you fall on a 7. I would make you fall on like a nat 1. But you are dangling precariously from the very edge of this rope, about 6 feet down underneath the boxes,
Well,
and now all 3 of you are hanging from this.
Oh God! What's the plan here?
Okay.
Wait,
when
can
I
we-
roll 3 things under 10, there isn't a plan. Okay.
Can we just
The
set the
plan was
scene?
that I
Okay,
rolled something good.
so now it's just the 3 of us hanging.
Yeah.
God knows how far off a fucking dock
I
on
mean,
boxes of steel, and what?
everyone knows steel floats. We'll just ride it to safety.
This is fine.
Yeah, and then on the other end of things, you have me unconscious and Ruben, and hope presumably when I come back too, we're gonna play the deception game against. This is fine. This is fine.
We might not have to. We'll see.
Does anyone have?
Okay.
No one has feather fall, right?
It's the Knoll's turn. The Knoll also walks out,
God, we're so
but doesn't dash. The Knoll is kind of just meandering over. And as he's walking out, he says, "What do we got out there?" And
3 idiots.
the kobold and the puppet start calling back to him, and they say they're trying to get away. They're on the
Yeah.
crane.
Professional
They're
criminals.
doing something.
5, 10, 15. A stuffkin pig comes running out of the warehouse, spear raised as well, and says, "Don't anybody move! You've got nowhere to go."
That's not true. But
Yeah.
That's not true at all.
And Shoal, it is your turn.
We will look at the 2 of them. Say, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, we will head back over, climb back over, and try to figure out how to make the crane descend quickly.
Oh.
You're muted.
Okay, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Okay, we can work with that. We
Okay.
can work with that.
Yeah. So you take a moment and kind of you see all the numbers before you as you look at the way that this contraption works. You can see that there is a very heavy iron release that hangs from the front of the crane. And you think that if you were able to bash that off, it would stop the mechanism from locking the next time it was cranked. You're not sure if it would fully release all 300 feet of chain at once or something like that. Or it might just drop them like 15, 20 feet, or you're not quite sure. But that looks like that's the way to do it if you were to try.
What do we do?
You would have to make an athletics check to bash the release.
Can we attack it with our quarterstaff? Instead?
Yeah, sure. But know that that would be a lot harder.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, that hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
What do you mean by harder?
As in, you're going to have to physically destroy the release if you bash it with the quarterstaff, whereas you would just be pulling it off, really, if you were to be doing the athletics check. So, like,
Well, if it's destroyed, at least the enforcers can't. I don't even know. I'm unconscious.
No, we would use the quarterstaff.
okay. Yeah, you deal the release 4 damage, and it starts to look pretty battered.
Hurts.
Anything else on your turn? No?
No.
Okay. Since you moved, that is going to trigger the Stuffkin Pig's held reaction to throw a spear at you.
Maybe
They
she'll lose it.
give it a toss. And they miss, and it clatters onto the pier.
What are you doing?
I said don't move!
We were teetering.
Okay, top of the round, the kobold gets to go next. And they will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and attack Shoal with the spear. They get a nat 1.
Oh,
Great.
thank goodness.
Please
Thank
punish them
no!
for that.
And
They
hit the mechanism.
And they'll fly.
I will say that they also drop their weapon, but they do not hit the mechanism, no.
Shucks.
Stabs the handle and keeps trying to pull it out, but cranks it down.
Ruben, you see this toy knight's head kind of shoots up as he continues to hear shouting coming from outside. He moves you over to this bench, and he says, "No funny business," and he starts walking out as well.
They left us alone. Well, I'm not
Unconscious Raina. Anna, it is your turn.
Oh God. Do I shoot the guy or do I shoot the mechanism? Either way, I'll probably miss. I guess shooting the mechanism would probably be a harder shot, correct? Because I'm targeting something specific.
That, and also as a solid piece of metal, it has a fairly high AC.
Okay. Then I'm going to shoot the guy.
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows? Nope, I don't do shit. Fucking Christ almighty.
Oh
So
man.
badly that
Ah.
Oh my goodness.
These crazy rolls tonight, jeez.
Oh
I
my
mean, it's
goodness.
not just tonight. I always roll like garbage. Why do I keep playing this fucking game? Clearly the universe is like, you should stop playing this game because you never will be able to hit anything. It's fine.
Oh boy.
This doll comes running out and dashes to get over to you, Shoal, but doesn't take any other action. And Ruben, it is your turn.
Ruben mutters under his breath. He's like, "No funny business. These delinquent enforcers leaving a prisoner alone. Funniest thing I've heard all year." And then he looks he's going to use perception to see if there's anything sharp behind him.
Sure.
There should be a
Fuck.
battle axe
Mother-
on. Good roll.
That 14
Oh,
is
okay. I
not
forgot
bad.
that I have 5. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Like
battle
the
axe on the
floor.
floor next to Raina's body. That's probably the sharpest thing in the room.
No, I don't know if that's smart. If it was behind like a sliver or something I could work with, but I don't know if it's smart to go all the way over there.
There.
You're running out of options.
All right. Just for funsies, I'm going to try this.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. This is a mistake.
It would be hard for things to go worse at this point, so it's worth a try.
Honestly, yeah.
All right. I'm going to walk over to the axe, but I probably do I have any obstruction? Well, that's half my run speed anyway.
Yeah, no, so your
Or
feet
my
are tied. But
Oh.
you can hop.
I thought
the
it was just
bunny
my arms.
comes easily to you. But you do have half your movement speed.
Cool, I used it.
But yeah,
I
you used
half
it.
of what I would like to do to maintain my stealth, because I'm still within eye shot of that guy, is try to get
Mhm.
the axe back to my bench.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to, with
The
my back
giant battle axe.
facing the knoll, I'm going to try to grab the axe with my hands.
Okay.
And I think that's my whole turn.
Yeah, so your action will be make a sleight of hands check to nimbly grasp the battle axe handle with your bound fingertips. Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No, I just want to apologize to Fantasy Grounds for the things I said earlier.
I don't. Fuck you, fantasy crowd.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Then Flynn, on your turn, what would you like to do?
What I like to do and what's going to happen are very different things. I'm going to try to shoot the mechanism, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. No, okay.
Unfortunately, it just kind of it hits the crane and the bolt kind of bounces around a bit inside the contraption. But
Very
no, it does not ring true against the release.
Very cool and fun.
The knoll continues out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he kind of comes out onto the boardwalk, he surveys the scene, and then he cries out to you all over by the crane. And he says, Now, stop firing and drop your weapons. And that's his turn. Maybell runs over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, picks up her spear, and goes to attack Shoal. They hit, dealing this much damage.
Oof.
And Shoal, it is your turn.
How many more hits does the mechanism look like it needs?
You're not quite sure. It really depends on whether or not you hit it. But it probably would need, of your hits, like 2 more.
Oh boy.
We are sorry, friends. We will take the disengage action. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Oh.
And we will cast Cure Wounds on ourselves.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that healing.
See if it will work. There we go.
Okay.
I hate to be a cop about this, but is Cure Wounds a bonus action?
We didn't. Oh, right.
Oh,
we
yeah,
can
that's right.
imagine.
Yeah.
I'm
you took
sorry,
the
guys.
disengage action.
It's important. It's
No,
important.
no,
yeah,
you're right.
no, it's okay.
Yeah, I
That
thought
was
it
the
was.
perfect
As soon as
heal.
I started talking, I was like, I'm a dick.
All right, let me just put
Meta
that back where
dark.
it was. Okay.
Yeah, none of you are a rogue. You could take the disengage as a bonus action.
The poppet runs up to you, Shoal, and says, "Now don't move!" and shoves their spear at you. They miss. The kobold moves 5, 10, 15, 20, and also attempts to attack you. With their spear drawn, they hit,
19.
dealing this much damage.
Okay.
Whew. I got a 1 on that. Nice.
If
And then 5,
Like being at the
10,
top of the round.
15, 20,
I have to make the
25,
decisions, and I don't like
30. The toy knight runs up as well, and now kind of everybody is shouting at you since you just ran. Don't move! Don't move! Rain is unconscious. Anna, it is your turn.
I turn to Flynn and I go, "What's the play here? What are we doing?"
Flynn,
I could
6
probably
seconds response.
I could probably survive this, but I don't think you can.
I think we're swimming.
are they above water? That's confirmed.
Looks like it, yeah.
200 feet. Or 300, 296 feet.
Right?
Okay.
I'm too
Oh.
pretty to go to jail.
Would I know if we were to drop? How much are we like? Would we die?
I'm trying to decide whether or not Anna would know that. I think you don't think you would die.
I don't know if that helps me.
I don't know either.
Like, I know I don't think I will die for
Yeah.
reasons we are not talking about, but
Yeah.
I don't is that a I don't think that, but like
Anna's
myself
fairly
aside,
confident that if she hits water, it won't kill her.
myself aside,
Yes.
am I confident
Yeah.
that if
Yes.
someone else
A
were
person
to-
wouldn't die, no.
Especially,
don't-
wait, set this up for me again. I aren't you guys on the box?
Yeah.
There's
Dangling below
Yeah.
the box.
yeah, Flynn is hanging from rope.
Flynn's dead for sure.
So to answer your question, if your question is if a person were to fall 300 feet from these docks down into water, would they die? I think none of your characters think they would die if that happened. Now,
And if your characters think.
but what I'm trying to say is if the release was triggered and Flynn were underneath the 3 boxes of steel, That's a different story.
Oh. So jumping is an option.
Not for you. You're unconscious.
Well,
She just likes to sleep talk. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. What
Sleeping
I'm gonna
weird.
do is I'm gonna spend my action pulling Flynn up onto the boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Flynn,
And
you
then
begin
Flynn,
to
you
feel
can
something
make the
hoist you up.
decision. You can make the decision from there.
Okay.
So I hoist him up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're able to do that with your action for sure. You're
Okay.
strong enough for that. Okay. The doll then begins to pull the crane in, and you all start swinging back towards the docks.
Yeah, but how is that taking an entire round?
So because of the fact that the crane has already been dropped once, right? The slack is not to the point where you're not lifted up high enough that would bring you back onto the docks exactly. Instead, you kind of come banging into the side of the pier. So you and Flynn kind of crash into the wood that supports this pier structure.
Okay.
But you are now within reach of them. And that's its turn. Ruben, you're back in the foyer. You've got a battle axe in hand. There's now a real ruckus going on outside. You can hear. What do you do?
I guess I'm just gonna. So what will it do to my movement speed as I try to drag this axe back to? Actually, by now I can tell everyone's outside. These guys are not
Yes.
watching me at all.
Ruben is fairly confident that things have gotten so weird outside that nobody's paying attention to him.
All right, then in place, I will prop the axe. What do I need to do to prop the axe up and make it kind of go between my hands?
Yeah, so it's going to be a sleight of hands check to
Okay.
see if you're dexterous enough to attempt this feat.
can do it.
As I'm doing
You
it,
can't,
I'm just
Put your arms forward, like pull your feet up, and
Okay, we take
Okay.
15.
just muttering. "Ugh, if I had known this is what the enforcers would turn into, I never would."
Yes, with a 15, you are able to free your hands.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Something went right.
Do I have time to shift this party on over to my legs?
Yes.
I do. Okay.
Yes. I'll say that with the rest of your turn, you can go ahead and untie your legs, and then you would have full movement.
Okay. Cool. Fuck. Okay. I grab Raina. Is there anybody? I can't ask that question. That's meta. Okay. On my next turn, I assume I've already used all the actions I can, so I guess I'll just set up the next turn, which is kind of grab Raina and try to get her in a position where I can carry her.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
that's something you could do next turn.
cool. Flynn,
Flynn, it is
get
your
out
turn.
of this situation, please.
Okay. I have a bunch of questions.
I have answers for you.
So we're next to basically the scaffolding of this dock now, right?
Mhm.
so it's like Doc, us, like here.
Yeah, you're about like 4 feet lower than the dock. Yeah.
Okay.
So like you're standing up, you're still. It's like the bottom of the dock is at like chest to waist height for you two.
Oh,
You're not like super far down or anything. It only lowered to 4 feet.
right. True. You mentioned earlier there were stairs. Where are those in relation to us?
Yeah, I'll draw them again.
Thank you.
They were like at the edge of the.
Yep, right here.
Okay.
You can walk onto them from this side here.
Okay. I think we just need to distract them for as long as we can. Let's get under the dock, and I'm going to climb underneath it and then I want to hold my action for Anna to also get off however they want to do it. As soon as they get off of the things, I want to hold my action to like shoot the rope to let the steel go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so once Anna is off of the boxes, you're going to try and get the release to go.
I'm just gonna shoot the rope holding
The rope that's holding the boxes.
Oh, just the rope. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And I am
Question-
underneath the dock.
How?
Yes, you're you are clinging from the side of the dock. You want to get underneath it entirely?
Yeah, like
Okay.
down onto the scaffolding.
Sure, yeah. So you're kind of here then on the map, but underneath the pier.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say you can do that.
Cool.
It's not like you're not jumping or anything. You're just kind of going from clinging to one thing to another. So I'm not going to make you do a check for that. But
Thank you. Because I would fail it.
yeah, and you are holding your action until that moment. Perfect. Okay. I think unfortunately, just because we've been here so long, we're going to need to take a break at this time.
Oh gosh.
So we are going to do that, and we will return here in about 15 minutes to figure out how the rest of this unfolds. So we'll see you all in about 15.
Bye.
Okay, and welcome back. All right, we are still out here on the boardwalk. It is the Knoll Enforcer's turn. He walks up to you, Shoal, and gestures with a spear and says, "I said stand still," and stabs at you.
So much for a gesture.
And misses.
Well, he missed, so
So it was quite the gesture. The Stuffkin pig moves over here and then begins to try and attack Anna with her spear. We'll say she just does it one-handed because it's kind of a tricky shot off the side of a pier. And she hits, dealing this much damage.
where am I at? All right, smoke
And as
intensifies.
she does it, she says, "Stop resisting!"
The smoke just starts getting darker.
Shoal, it is your turn.
And are any of them freaked out by that?
In the heat of the moment, they don't seem to be, no.
Honestly, these are like the coolest, like most level-headed enforcers that have ever enforced. There's like skeletons lying around, nothing. There's a fish bait that's doing things. There's a smoke monster.
There's two.
Tori is a
two-
crazy city.
Two fucking giant alligator things that are dead. Nobody's paying them mind.
One with an exposed skeletal head.
All right. So, I mean,
We would like to run,
Okay.
and we would like to take the dash action.
Okay.
Can everybody roll their attacks of opportunity first?
Sure.
Oh my god.
Okay, here we go. 1 hit.
Never mind.
I mean, you can still make it.
Shoal
No,
goes to
just-
make a break for it.
No, he can't.
And as they do, the kobold lashes out with their spear. It goes right through the center of kind of like Shoal's form. And Shoal, you begin to lose connection with all of your swarm. And the swarm kind of dies down into a little pile on the ground. And all the insects are just kind of milling about aimlessly.
Take us alive.
Yeah, you are unconscious, but you're not dying.
We can break out of jail. It'll be fine.
Can we?
Okay. It is the Poppet's turn. The Poppet moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and also attempts to attack you, Anna, with their spear. And misses. The kobold moves over, but can't get close enough to attack, so does nothing. The toy knight starts looking down at Shoal and kind of considering, how do I contain this creature? And after a few seconds pause, rolls the urn over with their foot and then just kind of starts scooping insects into it. And that is their turn. And Anna, it is your turn. You are still on top of the boxes, dangling from the crane, which has now been swung to the side, so it's kind of making contact with the pier. And Flynn is underneath it.
Would I be able to cut the rope in one turn?
Yeah.
I'm riding the sucker down, and I slice the rope.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Are you fucking kidding me? Come on! That's what I was trying to avoid.
Oh,
How do I do this?
So you have
I guess I have a short sword.
yeah, you have a short sword in your inventory. It's a very low DC.
Ooh.
And with that, you do that and slash the so this is the rope but not the chain, right?
Yeah, so I'm assuming like the chain, the hook, there's rope that's tied over the hook and
Correct.
onto the boxes. So
Correct.
I'm gonna cut where the rope is hitting the chain or the hook.
Okay. Yeah. And it's your intent to go down with the boxes, correct?
Or
Okay.
because I can't, I'm assuming this turn I wouldn't be able to then jump under the pier where Flynn's at, correct? I would need to do it the next turn. So it's like,
No, it would be your movement to move over to the pier.
But I'm
and then
going under.
Yeah.
So it would still need to drop, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying you could do both those things.
Okay, well then I'm going to do both of those things.
Okay.
Because I feel like writing it down though would be very funny.
A little precarious.
So.
Okay. Yeah, you are also clinging to the underside of the pier here now. And after a few seconds, you hear a loud as the boxes crash against the water below.
Do they break?
You can't tell from this far up. Anything else for your turn?
I don't think I have any bonus actions, so no.
Okay. The doll then kind of approaches the side and starts calling down for the two of you and says, "Come on out. You've got nowhere to go." But doesn't do anything else. And then Ruben, it is your turn.
All right. Logically, I think they'll assume that I went through the front. So I'm going to start making my way around the corner into this room to the right with Raina.
Okay.
Hopefully. What do I have to do to pull this off? Would it be athletics?
No, you would move
No,
at half
you-
speed if
yeah,
you're carrying Raina.
Oh, okay. 5, 10, 15. Cool. Almost there.
oh boy.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Wait, can I make a note that I took the ropes with me so that they don't find out that I escaped?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
I don't want any trace.
Okay. Anything else?
There's really nothing I can do to help Raina. That sucks. You're stable though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So eventually, after we rest, hopefully we can just get away with a rest right now.
And start.
Yeah, let's rest right here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's me. Hopefully I can make it next turn.
All right, Flynn, it is your turn.
All 6 of them were out on the docks with us, right? I thought I counted 6 before. Did one go back in?
No, it's just some of them are on top of you, I think, is
Okay.
what it is. Right, there's 1, 2, 3.
And
Oh,
then there's
yeah.
one that
Oh,
was
there
under,
it is.
there was
Yeah.
one that was under me.
Okay, cool. I think I saw all 6 enforcers out here with us, so hopefully if we can distract them long enough, Ruben and Reyna can get the boxes we left in there and maybe do something with it, but I think we're going to jail.
Ooh.
Okay. What does Flynn do to distract?
I'm just gonna start climbing down, I think.
Okay.
As like basically I want to try to get whatever would be the safest way out of like their lines of sight as I'm trying to like go deeper underneath these docks
Yeah.
and like down. However that works.
Yeah, so you're not under the threat of being attacked because you're kind of out of their view.
Yeah.
So you are able to slowly and carefully descend. It does bring you kind of more towards the center doing so as like the supports of the scaffolding come towards the center. You kind of shimmy along them. But we'll say you're able to move about 10 feet further down.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I do.
And the whole time the enforcers are all shouting, "Stop, stop!"
Can they see? Like, are there slats like?
It's not a very well built boardwalk, so there's tons of open slats in between the floorboards and stuff like that where they can still see movement underneath it. But they wouldn't be able to throw a spear through it is the bigger issue.
What if I just lit it on fire? Tinderbox it?
That's another option.
That would definitely distract them.
The Stuffkin pig calls out and says, "Archer, they're climbing down. What do we do?" And the knoll is kind of busy shoveling up bits of the knoll is kind of busy shoveling bits of shoal into the urn with the toy knight and doesn't respond quite yet. Shoal, you're unconscious. The poppets do the same. And that brings us to the top of the round. The knoll calls out to them and he says, "Get to the office by the docks. We'll need a boat." And the kobold starts taking off running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Fuck.
Not there yet. You still have
He's not-
time.
Yeah, we can.
The toy knight continues shoveling shoal up. Reyna's unconscious. Anna, your turn.
I'm joining Flynn and I'm monkeying my way through this dock situation.
Okay. Alrighty. You are also able to descend about 10 feet. Since combat has kind of ended now, we can go back to Ruben. Ruben, what are you doing?
I can only make it to the door.
Looks like it, yeah. Well, you could go 5, 10, 15.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you let me do that?
Yeah.
Can I roll a stealth check?
Sure.
Are you leaving?
I just want to. Is that a dumb? Should I not do that? I don't know. I want to
If
make
that's what
sure.
if that's what Ruben would do, that's what Ruben should do.
Ruben's stealthy. I just want to make sure the door is quiet. Fantasy Grounds, if you fuck me right now,
Follow your heart.
are you fucking kidding me? Sorry.
Oh,
What is this update?
we're doomed.
So you get to the other side of the door, and you have Raina kind of on your shoulder, and you swing around and hit her head into the door, and the door goes swinging back and smack slams shut behind you.
Okay.
Okay, there's so much commotion outside, and maybe you can take one guy.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do it.
What else can happen on my turn? I guess nothing. I don't know.
Bonus action.
Think, Jack. Let me think. Reaction, which you take. Take acid, cold. No, that's not going to help me. I forgot what that was. Just gonna call it.
Yeah.
So for Flynn and Anna, we can just say that every turn you get another 15 feet down. Okay, so keep track of that for me, so I know when we get out of
way
this.
faster than 4 feet or whatever it was before.
Yeah.
So I know when we get out of this how far down you all are. Okay.
Okie doke.
The Knoll finishes with that, walks over, and now he's kind of talking to all of the enforcers out here. And he's like, it's all right. They won't get far. Coast Guard will come out for them. We'll round them up. Well, I mean, not us, because we're on the ledge wharf, but the Coast Guard will get them. That's his turn. As this is all happening, the kobold continues running, runs into the foyer, and sees that the room is empty. I'm going to have them make an insight check.
Roll
They've been
bad.
given instructions.
They deserve the bad rolls that we. Oh no! How do you roll? How do you roll?
On a natural 19,
Oh.
he.
Fantasy grounds. What the
I'm going to
fuck?
actually count his movement now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Ooh.
30. You hear a voice crying out from behind the door. Who's there? Show yourself. But that's it this turn.
Ooh, indeed.
What an idiot.
This round, we'll say that the toy knight has finished scooping Shoal into the urn. And he then picks up the urn and writes it and calls out, hey, boss, what do you want me to do with this? And the Knoll is like, get it out of here. So he starts dragging the urn off. He can only get that far, though.
You know, that harpy is never going to get her cart back now.
Anna, you get down another 15 feet.
Oh no.
Ruben, it is your turn.
The door I just entered, does it open inward or outward?
It opens outward.
Fuck this guy. Okay. God. Ah. Okay.
Gonna hit him with the door.
I guess he's not standing at the door though. He's kind of standing in the hallway. I mean, if I'm gonna be semantical about the Fantasy Grounds map.
You could poke out and
Well, the
shoot
door
him
would be
and-
closed, so Ruben wouldn't know.
Oh, never mind.
That's true. Ah, he looks healthy too.
They all are. We haven't
Yeah.
hit any of them.
This is tough. I think I
Choices were
should.
made. We gotta live with them.
I think the right move is to. I don't know how do I be quieter than I already probably am. I mean, I guess I could stealth again, and hopefully the silence will make him be like, "Oh, I guess that was nothing." Fuck. I really don't want to fight an enforcer. That's a bad idea. So I'm gonna stealth it again and see if that's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hide. That's
You can't do
unconscious right now.
anything. You're unconscious. You
Yeah, it is sleeper. All right, Flynn.
yeah.
Flynn,
Let's
you get
Happening
down.
with you. It's like there's a B plot happening, and it's so intercut.
I know. The knoll. You get down another 15 feet, Flynn. So
Yeah.
keep track of that.
Sure. thing.
The knoll says, he says, Maybell, Griff, you stay here. I'll go out with the Coast Guard. And he starts heading out. And Maybell says, oh man, I wanted to go out with the Coast Guard. And kind of just leans on her spear, looking out over the bay. As
Classic
the two
Maybell.
culprits begin to descend lower. Shoal's unconscious. The poppet also heads out with the knoll. And then we're back to the room.
Someone distract him.
What are we
So-
supposed to do?
Yeah, really.
There's nobody else. We are both under the docks. Shoal's unconscious, and you're the only other one up.
No, not you guys. I just mean like I'm hoping somebody's gonna walk by and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't remember."
So, Ruben, are you holding the door shut?
I guess my hand is carefully placed on it, not to move it, but just ready.
Okay. Yeah, you do feel it tug.
Because it's I do, huh? Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, I do. Don't I would, wouldn't I? Okay. Yep. By the way, I'm having a lot of fun. I don't want this to seem like I'm taking this out on you, Mike. You're doing great.
Listen,
It's important to remind you of that.
we're just letting the dice tell the story. It's all
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Oh yeah, they have a.
But fantasy ground still a story.
But yeah, if I had to
False
swear, it's
Fantasy
fantasy
grounds
grounds.
can go to hell.
So go
I say
ahead
that
and
with my full
roll an
chest.
athletics check to hold back the door, as this kobold is going to try and roll the same.
Okay. Athletics.
Tug of war
Oh,
with doorknobs.
Oh boy.
fuck you, fantasy grounds.
Oh.
All right, I'm about to stab a fucking cold. Oh god, everyone else is coming.
The kobold swings the door wide open,
Uh-huh.
and just for a second looks really, really surprised to see you standing there, right? And says, "Oh, an escapee, huh?" And then goes to attack you with a spear.
His action wasn't trying to pull the door open.
Well, it should have been a free object interaction to open a door. We were just checking to see how well it was being held on to.
Not very.
Oh boy.
He gets a 22 to hit, dealing this much damage to Ruben.
Must be nice.
Keep waffling between which side of our group is going to escape, or which one I expect to escape. It's like, okay, well, Ruben and I are going to get out, but the others will go to jail, and we'll bust them out. And it's like, okay, well, they're going to get out, and we'll bust them out.
I guess-
Anna, you
I
get
guess
down another
escaping was
15
a
feet.
Bad decision.
While making my way down,
Mhm.
am I able to try to look for places where we might be able to like make it so that we don't get picked up by the Coast Guard, or places that we'd be able to hide?
Yeah, go
From
ahead
the
and make a
Coast Guard?
perception check.
Okay.
Faces passing your hometown. Home back.
You said
You said
perception?
making your way down,
Yep.
and I've been holding on to that for like the whole time.
Who are you? Critical roll?
Wait,
You're
did
still
I make that joke?
you're still super high up.
Oh.
You're still super high up, so it's difficult to make out specific details from this distance, but it is a massive bay. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot going on here. You definitely don't feel like cornered, but you would need to get lower to the ground before you're able to discern what might be the best path for escaping undetected.
Okay.
The doll enforcer says to Maybell, he says, You stay here. I'm going to take the stairs. And starts heading for the stairs here.
I don't remember what the stairs are. I can't see anything. I'm freaking out.
Well,
Fog of War. Okay, Ruben, it is your turn.
All right. Fuck. This isn't gonna happen. Like, there's no way this is gonna happen. But
I
whatever.
believe.
Wow!
Oh!
Finally!
Oh my gosh.
Oh! Get him.
Yeah, but now what?
Keep going.
Fuck! I'm freaking out.
The kobold stabs into you with the spear, and then you whip right back around
Oh, that was
and just
okay.
lay into this tiny kobold. Well, tiny, a little bit shorter than you. But you just lay into them with your short sword and cut right down their shoulder, cutting a gigantic gash into their chest. And you can hear like all the breath kind of leave out of them, and you're like, ah!
Oh, I didn't even know how to fight either.
And this kobold looks like they're on their last leg here.
Okay. I need to get rid of any trace of him.
Stand and fight.
Flynn, you get another 15 feet further down. You may also make a perception check as well if you're looking to kind of scope out potential escape opportunities.
Sure.
roll better than me.
Also
Roll as good as me.
concerned, do these stairs, would that give them a vantage point to start throwing spears at us? Are we gonna be here soon?
It would give them a vantage point, but they only have one spear. So it wouldn't be like you would get volleys of spears thrown at you the whole time you're climbing down.
Yes.
But one of them may be able to one of them certainly may be able to throw a spear at you once.
But also, like, we're in scaffolding, so they're gonna have to have like the most perfect clear shot to be able to
Yeah,
hit
I'll
us.
say you have partial cover from being in scaffolding.
Cool.
Sure.
What's
With the
your
23
L5C?
with a 23 perception check, you see that the base of this cliffside is sparse. There is not a lot of anything.
Cool.
The stairs go all the way down to a very small boardwalk that extends like 40 feet to one side of the pier and 40 feet to the other, right about where, like the length of a ship might be. And then you can see that there's like gaps in between each warehouse, but all of them have boardwalks like that kind of line the cliffside. The rest of the shore is just kind of sheer cliff face with a lot of pointed rocks and stuff like that coming up. There are a collection of boats docked, a whole row of them, all the way down the Letchworth, lining back to the bay. It's like the central area of the docks, the bay itself. And so there are definitely some avenues of escape. But it would be precarious, as all things are.
Naturally. Okay. I try to create more distance from me and the stairs and start heading towards probably the warehouses. I don't think I would take a boat.
Yeah, actually, how many feet down are you at this point?
40 before the movement of
So
the stairs.
we went down 30 with the
Okay.
guards
Yeah,
and
so you would
rounds.
actually be out of range of their spears. They would have disadvantage on their attacks on you anyway at this rate.
Oh yeah, sure. I would still try to like make distance.
Yeah,
Try
absolutely.
to like lose their line of sight and stuff.
The knoll continues into the warehouse with the poppet trailing behind. And Ruben, you can kind of hear their footsteps approaching as they're walking through the warehouse, but they have not made it into the foyer yet. Maybell is just chilling at this crane. Joel's unconscious. He's doing the same. Okay, it's the kobold's turn. The kobold goes to attack you, Ruben,
Miss.
and misses.
Oh, sorry, Beatrice. I'm so sorry. She was sleeping on my foot and she just flipped out.
Aw.
Tense D&D.
Well, it's not over yet. There's one more Oh, a couple more things didn't happen.
I find it funny that Shoal, like on my screen, Shoal's icon is now upside down.
Yeah. Yeah, you rotated it. At this point, Ruben, you do hear a "Hey!" coming from down the hallway as the toy knight rounds the bend carrying Shoal's urn, and can see the melee that's happening down the hall. But they don't do anything at this point.
Pick them off one at a
Wasn't in
time.
the
You can do
room.
it.
I'm gonna die.
No, you can do it.
Anna, it is your turn. You get another 15 feet down.
I'm gonna kind of follow the path that Flynn's taking.
Okay. The doll continues to descend. Ruben, it is your turn. You've got this heavily bleeding kobold standing in front of you.
Hostage.
Unfortunately, that misses. Just barely.
Ugh.
Of course it does.
Their AC is 16. Flynn, you get another 15 feet down.
With the angle that they're descending these stairs, how much like height difference are they making like each turn?
So they are going a little faster than you, but only just barely. I would say that, like, in terms of directly down, they're going about 5 feet down more than you each turn.
Okay.
Having to walk back and forth across the stairwell. They're also not running, though. They are also just walking. So
Right.
okay.
The audacity.
Yeah. How
Not
casual.
to run. Like, how rude of them. We're not important enough for them to run.
10, 30. You now begin to hear boot steps as the knoll and the poppet take off running, hearing this knight call out.
At least there's enough of a distraction for us to get away.
And
Just one group
Maybe.
has to.
Until the Coast Guard shows up.
You can.
We'll hide in boats. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
the kobold attacks Ruben again and misses.
But also, no one's going to get the Coast Guard right now.
I guess that's kind of true.
Right.
Everyone is busy right now. No one is getting the Coast Guard.
We have like 30 turns before we make it to the ground, though.
But how many
That's
turns
only
does
3
it take
minutes.
them to get
30
the Coast
turns is
Guard?
3 minutes.
No
Yeah.
idea.
Especially if they're
Okay.
all trying to pick a fight with Ruben.
Anna, you get down another 15 feet. Ruben, you can hear folks closing in on you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
There's nothing around that would be like a faster. I mean, besides just straight dropping, there isn't anything that would be like a faster way to like. Oh, look, there's a rope. Let's.
No, it's
slide
it's pretty
down it.
bare. Yeah, you might be the first person that's ever tried to. Oh,
You did it. You did it.
Shut the door.
okay.
Can I barricade it? No, because it opens the other way. Fuck. Is there a lock on it? Is there anything?
There
Can
is
I
a lock on it, but you don't have the key for it.
I don't have the key for the door.
Wait, did you
Are there
kill
door
them or knock
handles?
them out?
No, yeah, was that lethal
I
or non-lethal damage?
Fucking killed him.
It's-
I don't.
it's raining,
All right, it's
right?
non-lethal. It's non-lethal.
Okay.
Wait,
Can
but
you
it's
steal their spear and put it through the door handle?
Can I?
It's non-lethal. So your action for the turn was attacking the kobold. So there aren't a lot of other interactions you could do in this turn besides closing the door. Closing the door would be a free action.
All right, then I'm gonna hold it shut
Okay.
and just fucking hope that my strength checks are good.
All right.
I'm a little
Um,
bunny. I weigh nothing. I'm stuffed with.
It's fine. You're fine. You're great. You're a seasoned monster hunter, former enforcer.
All right. Flynn, you get down another 15 feet.
Exhilarating.
And then This kobold's unconscious. The toy knight is going to attempt to bash the door open.
Yeah, bitch. Oh, sorry. I don't like that word. I can't believe I just said that. Okay. Try that.
And you hold them at bay.
Oh,
I'm
let's
sorry.
go.
Tug on the door.
She
The
keeps looking
way-
up at me like I'm the worst. She's like, Dad, fuck you.
The way that it just slowly rolled over that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was-
Had a,
So
had a
tense.
heart attack.
Mhm.
So tense.
all goes another 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ruben, it is your turn. What are you doing?
If I tried to escape through the window, it would be very easy for them to catch up to me, and then I wouldn't be here to hold the door. But now I can observe better the room to see if I can prop like a stool under the door.
Yeah, there are a bunch of stools in this room. But
Okay.
because the door opens outward, there's not
No.
a lot of ways you could prop the door.
Oh, I
from
can't like
opening.
stick it under the door handle and like prop
That would
it
be the
against
one way, but it wouldn't be as secure as like barricading it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Is there something heavy that I could put in front of the doorway?
There are
Reina.
2 tables.
Raina.
There are
Well-
2 tables in this room.
They could step over Raina. Okay, I don't think that's worth it. That doesn't seem worth it logically. If I put a table in front of the door, then they could just climb over the table and get to the window. And also, if I go out the window, then they could just walk through the front door and I can walk 15 feet.
You
So I'm-
also you could leave Raina.
But that would be bad.
Is it gonna be much worse than
Ruben, it's your
Shoal?
turn. 6 seconds. What is Ruben
Yeah.
doing in these 6 seconds?
Ruben is just going to continue holding the door. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna hope.
Hold the door.
I'm not leaving my commanding
Close the
officer.
door.
Flynn, you get down another 15 feet. The
Can I
knoll.
also keep my eyes out for because like I don't know that they're preoccupied. I'm gonna be keeping my eyes out for like Coast Guard or like moving ships below
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, there's no moving ships below you.
Cool.
There are like 3 or 4 ships that are going in and going out of the inlet, but they're not like docking here or anywhere near.
Okay.
The knoll cries out, "Go around!" and comes over to the door. The poppet goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And the poppet climbs in the window behind you, Ruben.
It's okay. They're coming at us one at a time. This is perfect.
Well, if I fight now, I'm 50 too, because if I let go of the door.
Ruben's just talking to Raina's unconscious body. He's imagining Raina pumping him up, and he's like, "No, you idiot, that wouldn't work."
He's so old.
Hey, it's what she would be doing.
He's fabricated a story where she's the commanding officer and she talks to me unconscious.
All right, Ruben, make an athletics check. This guard is going to try again.
That guard.
The toy knight.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, this does open the door. And Anna, you get another 15 feet down.
While we're climbing down, I kind of called Flynn and I go, "Is it worth jumping?"
I'm keeping my eye out. If we see the Coast Guard, I think that'll be our cue.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we, just to be clear, and I should have asked this about 6 turns ago, is 15 feet what we can do, like taking a dash action and like everything?
Yeah. But so I'm saying you're getting 15 feet vertically down.
Yeah.
But there isn't truly any straight vertical descent that you can make. For the most part, you're climbing on like diagonally facing, like shimmying down diagonally facing like logs and stuff like that. So you are dashing, but
Cool.
you're dashing carefully descending, which is why you're not making checks or anything of that nature.
Cool.
Ruben, it is your turn. There is a poppet climbing in through the window behind you, and the door has just been thrust open by this toy knight.
I want to do something crazy.
Yeah. Now's the time.
Can I disengage and try and shove this guy, the poppet?
Shoving the poppet would be in action, so you wouldn't be able to disengage as well.
Okay.
But you could make a run for it and shove the poppet. But you would take attacks of opportunity.
Disengage, walk here, stab the poppet.
Well, that would take an action too.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, you're right. All right,
You're not a rogue.
That's my whole deal.
Wait, so you took disengage and ran over to the poppet?
I did.
Okay. And nothing else?
I'd rather face one person than two. That's a decision that I'm making.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not many choices here.
The knoll moves 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20,
Makes it all
25.
the way to me. Now I'm facing two people again, two. Just two.
You're doing great.
And he stabs me and he hits me and now I'm dead. I have 4 hit points left. And he takes all of them.
The knoll runs up and says, "Oh no, you don't!" and stabs you with a spear. And as a spear plunges into your backside, in the pain, you lose consciousness and fall.
And
to the
as
ground
I lose
unconscious.
consciousness, I say, y'all are still useless.
You
want
groan
them to-
that
I
as
just
you
want to be
fall to the ground.
toxic as I go
You're
down.
still useless. Yeah, absolutely.
Me
Okay.
and you, buddy. Just me and you.
We got this.
Lynn and Anna, how many feet down have you descended?
100.
Okay. So over the next few minutes, you continue to descend. Is there anything you're doing during this time as you're climbing down?
I'm keeping it.
As opposed to like, what are the options?
Are you talking to each other? Are you know?
I mean, I guess like Anna would just kind of be sticking with him, just being like, all right, like I'm following you. Like we're like we need to find a place and hide or something.
Do you think we should take our chances taking a boat out, or do we want to pick a warehouse? Like, what do you think would be better odds?
Okay, so looking at, so you're saying below us, if the stairs where the warehouse is here, stairs
Mhm.
are here, is it the like the other side is what? Is that where all the other boats and warehouses and stuff are, or like what?
So I'm having trouble understanding what you're asking,
like,
but essentially the cliff is here.
Mm-hmm.
The boardwalk comes out a little bit, and then the pier goes out even farther,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where the boat is. You guys are descending in a scaffolding
Mm-hmm.
down the side. There is a very small boardwalk that lines the side of the cliff with where all the straggly rocks are.
Mm-hmm.
That connects to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like if you were to head farther inland or further out in either direction, the boardwalk would quickly end. And then there'd be about another 20 to 40 feet before another warehouse might have a boardwalk that begins. And you can kind of see that pattern lining the coast here.
So there's
all the way out into the water, like further out towards the water, there's a very large bay. And then on the other side is a similar setup of cliffs.
and like between the like boardwalks,
Mm-hmm.
is it just open water?
Open water. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are occasionally rocks that stick out, but it's mostly open water.
Okay. I would say get to another boardwalk if there is a way to get into either if there's a ship that we can like a bunch of ships, we can try to hide on one of them, or we should try to get up to another warehouse and just find the place to hide for now.
Right. Do the boardwalks look like we would be able to climb up onto them from the water, or is there like?
Yeah, I mean they are all
Okay.
built out of the water, so there are things
Right.
to grab onto and hoist up from.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, seems like
Okay.
pretty limited options.
After a couple of minutes, you get to the base of this pier, where the wood now goes down into the water itself. You're able to climb into the water and swim over to the boardwalk. You hoist yourself up. The doll is still pursuing down the stairs. And so they are kind of close behind. I would say about maybe like 3 minutes behind you now. And do you go ahead and swim to the next boardwalk?
Yeah.
Okay. You swim to the next boardwalk. Are you doing so stealthily?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, 'cause, yeah, he knows.
So you're pretty quickly able to get to the next boardwalk. Make a perception check for me.
Both of us.
Yeah.
It's an alphabetical order, but I can never find it every time.
You're both able to tell as you swim to this this next boardwalk that it is inactive. There's nobody down here. Do you climb up onto the boardwalk? Or are you going to continue swimming? What's the plan?
Probably up onto it, or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does swimming slow the amount we are like moving? Would we move faster if we ran across the boardwalk?
Yes, you would definitely move
Okay.
faster if you went across the boardwalk because you swim at half your movement speed.
Then yes,
Okay.
up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
running.
Up.
Okay. Yeah, that certainly amplifies your ability to run. So, breathless, you two flee into the night, out onto the docks of the docks, and with little knowledge of what has happened to your companions, what befell them, up on the cliff
What
tops.
happened to the steel? Probably
What
sunk
happened
in
to the
bottom of
steel?
ocean.
A lot of
Ah.
unanswered questions, and unfortunately, we will have to answer those questions.
So we're
next
going to the
week.
cave now, right?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds
Just
great.
like head straight to the magic cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That tincture will
You
heal us.
ditched
That'd
us.
be great.
You ditched us. So fucking.
I distracted you then so you could get out.
How much did you?
Oh
doing
boy.
fine.
Hey, I'm sure you guys can figure out that we got caught pretty easily and have fun busting us out of jail.
Or will we?
Oh yeah, totally.
It's gonna be like that
Have fun making new
Ocarina
characters.
of Time.
Yeah, have fun.
They're gonna
Leaving,
become
bye.
pirates.
We got other shit we gotta do.
Party broken up.
All right,
It's
good
okay.
6 sessions, guys.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. So we will return
Look
next
forward
week
to seeing your new characters.
to. No, we're not at that point yet. But yeah, we will have to see what happens to your characters next week.
Did we get enough experience to be able to be a hunter?
You did, yes, but you'll have to rest up.
Let's go.
Does being unconscious count as resting up?
No.
No, unfortunately, you have to have actual restful sleep.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
I mean, we
Take
are in our
home.
urn.
yeah.
Rain
I
is
mean-
not restful. She is
She's being dragged all about the
monologuing.
place, dropped.
Monologuing.
She's been out for like half the session today.
More than that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. I'll get good
Um,
rest in my jail cell.
That's right.
Wake
right.
up a stronger person.
Assuming they take us to jail.
I kept thinking I made every right decision, and then it just
I
Listen,
I
it's
think
not a
you
right or
were.
wrong decision until the dice are rolled, you know?
yeah.
And then no matter what you do, it's wrong.
I thought I was so smart.
Oh.
Okay, well, everyone, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope our players enjoyed this. And
No, yeah, it was
we
great.
will resume next week and figure out what happens next. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.